नमस्कार, ईटी हिंदी में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं दिनेश नेर। जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि बीते सालों में एमएसएमई सेक्टर भारतीय अर्थव्यवस्था की बैकबोन बन चुका है। ये तय माना जा रहा है कि मौजूदा सरकार इस बार के बजट में भी इस सेक्टर पर खास फोकस करेगी। इस पर बात करने के लिए आज हमारे बीच हैं लक्ष्मी वेंकटरमन वेंकटेशन। आप दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय और न्यूयॉर्क विश्वविद्यालय की पूर्व छात्रा हैं। आपने 1992 में भारतीय युवा शक्ति ट्रस्ट BYST की स्थापना की ताकि भारत में कमजोर वर्ग के युवाओं के बीच उद्यमिता को बढ़ावा दिया जा सके। तब से लेकर आज तक BYST ने 8,000 सलाहकारों की मदद से 10,000 से अधिक उद्यमियों को सपोर्ट किया है। इससे करीब 3,30,000 से भी अधिक रोजगार के अवसर पैदा हुए हैं। आपको सामाजिक उद्यमिता और युवा विकास में योगदान के लिए कई पुरस्कार मिल चुके हैं। आपका स्वागत है जी। तो आज की बातचीत का फोकस है एमएसएमई सेक्टर पर, और जो बजट आने वाला है 23 तारीख को, उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए हम ये सारा डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं। तो मेरा पहला सवाल यही है कि इस बजट में एमएसएमई सेक्टर को क्या-क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं? इस सेक्टर में ऐसी कौन सी प्रॉब्लम है जिस पर आपको लगता है कि गवर्नमेंट को फोकस करना चाहिए? प्लीज।
देखिए, तो एमएसएमई सेक्टर इज अ वेरी लार्ज सेक्टर। इसमें माइक्रो यूनिट्स सबसे मुख्य है, बिकॉज आउट ऑफ द 65 मिलियन यूनिट्स है आज एमएसएमई में, 98% इज माइक्रो यूनिट्स। सो विद इन द एमएसएमई सेक्टर वी हैव टू टॉक नॉट ओनली तो बजट में हमको क्या चाहिए एमएसएमई सेक्टर के लिए, we should also talk about micro units के लिए क्या चाहिए. Then within that it is very important, क्योंकि most of the employment creation a micro sector में ही हो रहा है. And if you talk about employment in rural areas and in second and third tier cities, it is all coming from micro units. Therefore, when we ask what do we want from the MSME, Bharatiya Yuva Shakti Trust, which has been working with micro units, हमारा focus सबसे मुख्य है कि micro units में क्या चाहिए. If you look at the micro units, you will see that they are suffering from a lack of infrastructure, both physical infrastructure and digital infrastructure. Micro sector में loan मिलने के लिए काफी मुश्किल है, because you may get loans from the Mudra schemes and others, but they are very small quantum of loans. और इसमें women entrepreneur और SC entrepreneurs इसे ज़्यादा challenge है, क्योंकि वो today you will find that we did a survey and found 85% of women do not get easy access to bank loans even today. And SC/ST also face similar challenges. So MSME sector में what we want for the micro sector within the budget is improvement in the roads and the access to cargo, whether through train, for example, movement, down to the small cities and rural areas. We can build a 16-lane highway, we can build big bridges, and these are all very important. But unless you improve the infrastructure in the rural areas, then the movement of goods, then supply chain, logistics, सब में problem आ रहे हैं. So we have to be careful about the infrastructure for them. दूसरा है, हम आजकल बोल रहे हैं कि micro units have a lot of digital penetration, मतलब digital presence, digital payments, digital e-commerce. लेकिन हमने एक सर्वे किया 6 महीने के पहले, and we found that only about 26% of all entrepreneurs have got any access to digital presence and payment and commerce. इसमें if you look at women, 13% only are engaging in digital, using the digital infrastructure. And if you look at SC/ST, 5% ही है. So you can see that even that is a big bottleneck. So the budget should address that. So if you think about infrastructure, if you think about access to loan payments and so on, and then of course the importance is, should MSMEs even come within the GST? Should they be literally burdened with a lot of these regulations and tax structures? So you have to look at all of these things in order to help micro, and only if you help micro can you create employment, particularly in small towns and rural areas, in a widespread manner, in an equitable manner throughout the country.
Thank you. So my next question is related with GST. So GST को लेकर MSME सेक्टर में क्या-क्या चैलेंजेस हैं और इस बारे में आप सरकार को, गवर्नमेंट को कोई सजेशन देना चाहेंगे?
Again, if you look at the micro sector within the GST, आप बताइए कि how are you supposed to file so much on the net when there is, very often if you go into small town rural areas, you'll find that the net is down most of the time. During the pandemic, there was very interesting when classes were being conducted for schools. The children were sitting on rooftops of homes in order to catch the right signal. So there is a lot of challenges there. And when you talk about quarterly filing, mid-year filing, annual filing, you require a lot of staff. You require people who are knowledgeable about this. You require the good infrastructure. ये सब तो micro units में कहाँ है? If you look at the average loan size today, a Mudra loan size is 50,000 rupees. Our entrepreneurs get an average of about 5 to 6 lakh of rupees. By the time they are able to grow into a situation where the GST and all that has to be complied, all this infrastructure is not there, the knowledge base is not there. तो इसीलिए हम तो एक suggestion दे रहे हैं. This is a little different from the usual suggestion. We are saying that up until the first 3 years for startups, please give an exemption. GST नहीं होना चाहिए. We are not saying the turnover. क्योंकि turnover, if you specify, what happens is many units will start small units instead of having one big unit. This has always been a problem in India. तो इसीलिए हम तो, we are not giving a suggestion that it should be size based. Why not it be year based? If you are a startup, your difficulties in the first year, in the second year, in the third year, fourth year आप तो stabilize हो गया ना, and then you are able to also grow if you are a viable, sustainable business. So इसीलिए we are saying that for the first 3 years, please exempt them. After that, then you can have any kind of, say for the 1.5 crores or 2 crores and so on and so forth, you will not be able to pay and so on. You can have other limits. But this is a novel suggestion that we are making, particularly for micro units.
अगर ये इस तरह से सोचा जाए, इस डायरेक्शन में सोचा जाए तो काफी हेल्प मिलेगी स्मॉल सेक्टर को.
यस.
मेरा अगला क्वेश्चन, अभी फाइनेंस की बात हुई थी तो अगला क्वेश्चन उसी से रिलेटेड है कि एमएसएमई को इजी फाइनेंस मिल सके, इसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए और गवर्नमेंट को ऐसी कौन सी स्कीम लानी चाहिए जिससे कि वो फाइनेंस एमएसएमई सेक्टर के लिए इजी हो सके, उस एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के लिए इजी हो सके.
आजकल हम हमेशा और फोकस सब है इसमें that when you talk about CGTMSE scheme, the credit guarantee scheme, पहले बजट में, पहले साल में, the 1 crore became 2 crores for the limit. And similarly, we are always talking about increasing the upper limit. लेकिन सबसे पहले हम ये पूछना है, what is the average loan size for micro units? आजकल तो, if you look at Mudra loans, even today, the Mudra loans is only about 40,000 plus. 40,000 में, how can you start a micro unit? How can you build assets? How can you sustain? How can you adopt technology? कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. तो इसीलिए हमने दूसरी तरफ यहाँ भी we are making a different suggestion. We are saying, don't keep increasing the loan amount. CGTMS में 1 crore है या 2 crore है, कोई बात नहीं. Majority को 1 lakh भी नहीं मिल रहे. So we want the average loan size to increase. So the government should encourage banks in order to lend more. Mudra loans must on the average become not 30,000 but 3 lakhs, 10 times in the rural areas, and even more in the urban areas, 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs and so on. Only then, that is the minimum that you need in order to create a sustainable business. Once you do that, then the business will be able to use the assets to build a track record. Then they can go back to the bank and then get another 10 lakh loan, 50 lakh loan. Is there बढ़ जाएगा, and then you will have a growth of the micro enterprises. So we are saying, please don't focus so much on the upper limit. Please focus on the average loan size, and please also focus on easy availability. सबसे मुख्य है time पे मिलना है. This is not important whether you get a subsidy. It's not so important whether you get a lower interest loan. ये सब बाद में. सबसे पहले आजकल तो if you apply for a loan, even today, we supposed to have a 59-day limit. Please enforce that. Even today, many of our entrepreneurs who come to us have already tried in the banks for 3 months, 6 months, not able to get it. Come here. Within 1 week, we are able to educate them, tell them how to build a business plan and what to ask for. Uske baad, when they go back, they are able to get 95% of all our references get loans. Only without security, without collateral, Mudra loan scheme में या CGTMSE scheme में. क्योंकि वो तो when they draw up a business plan, they have a very solid business plan. They have a good idea as to what they want to do. लेकिन हम तो ये कह रहे हैं कि we are not talking about subsidy, we are not talking about lower interest rates, we are talking about timely availability of loan. और दूसरा है we are saying that they must be able to get right quantum of loan. और इसमें वर्किंग कैपिटल बहुत जरूरी है. देखिए हम तो 45 days के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, हम तो whether you can get the money back and so on. But first you must have enough working capital in order to set up a viable business. Cash flow होना चाहिए. If you don't have proper cash flow, तो शुरू से you will not be able to run a viable business. फिर market जाने के बाद, whether you can get back in 45 days, whether the supplier that you're giving it to is giving it back in 45 days, whether government is paying in 45 days, it's also important. But first important, you must have adequate working capital to start the business.
जी.
So ये तीनों चीज बहुत मुख्य है.
मेरा अगला क्वेश्चन कैश फ्लो मैनेजमेंट से ही जुड़ा हुआ था. सो एमएसएमई सेक्टर में कैश फ्लो मैनेजमेंट के लिए आपके पास कोई सजेशन है और गवर्नमेंट इसमें कैसे हेल्प कर सकती है?
तो कैश फ्लो माइक्रो यूनिट्स का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. कैश फ्लो है कि बैंक पहले तो वर्किंग कैपिटल नहीं दे रहे ना. जस्ट नाउ वी सेड विद 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 मुद्रा लोन कुछ बिजनेस नहीं शुरू कर सकते. So therefore, the cash flow management has to first start with adequate capitalization of the enterprise. And इसमें term loan और working capital दोनों मिलना चाहिए. सब चीज तो machinery के लिए देने से what will I do for working capital? Micro units के पास नहीं है कुछ भी. तो दूसरी जगह से if they borrow, then the same issue happens. So first you must have adequate capital for having a cash flow. Second, if you go into the market, ये मुख्य ही है कि the big companies will have to pay them on time. Government will have to pay them on time. If these things happen, cash flow automatically gets managed. Of course, micro units need special help and mentoring. सबसे मुख्य है ये गुरु शिष्य परंपरा micro units के लिए. That is what Bharatiya Yuva Shakti Trust specializes in. We help the entrepreneurs understand how to manage cash flow. And we make them understand they must diversify. So there are responsibility, cash flow management के लिए 3 लोग का responsibilities है. एक है micro units. They must learn, they must be educated, they must manage cash flow. दूसरा है bank. They must give adequate capital so that you can have a proper cash flow from the beginning. Some spare amount of cash in order to conduct business. तीसरा है the problem is with the large companies, the bigger suppliers as well as with the government, so that money doesn't get stuck in the market, that within 45 days, preferably even less, we should get the money back. So the responsibility is on all three.
थैंक यू जी। अगला क्वेश्चन है सप्लाई चेन। सो सप्लाई चेन में भी एमएसएमई सेक्टर को काफी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, इसमें आपका क्या सजेशन है कि इसको कैसे बेटर बनाया जा सकता है?
मैं तो आई एम वेरी वेरी कीन टू सी दैट द माइक्रो यूनिट्स बिकम पार्ट ऑफ द सप्लाई चेन। देखिए, सबसे पहले हम तो सप्लाई चेन के बारे में बात करने से वी टॉक अबाउट द लार्ज कंपनीज एंड टियर 1 सप्लायर। टियर 2 तक हम बात कर रहे हैं। टियर 1 सप्लायर के लिए क्या चाहिए, वो व्हाट इज द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर दे नीड, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ टैक्स रिलीफ दे नीड, ये सब हम बात कर रहे हैं। Do we ever talk about tier 3 and tier 4? Tier 3 and tier 4 is the micro units. They are the ones who are sitting in the rural areas and in small towns. Are they ever part of a supply chain? आजकल तो हम देखने से all the micro units employ not even 1.7 people per unit. That is the average in the country. This is even the government statistics. So they cannot be part of the supply chain, they are all isolated. तो इसीलिए tier 2 suppliers ने they have to support and mentor tier 3 and tier 4. एक बात है। दूसरी बात है, what should the government do? यही मैंने सबसे पहले बोला, infrastructure in the local areas, in the small towns and villages, बहुत मुख्य है। Because in the small towns and rural areas, if you have goods and services, I need to be able to transport it to the supply chain. So that is also, infrastructure is very critical. Third, I think any kind of digital support is also very critical for them to be able to make payments. So if you talk about supply chain, please don't talk and stop at tier 1 and tier 2. Please think about tier 3 and tier 4. And tier 4 सब तो है, they are capable of producing goods. Tomorrow when you become a green economy, tier 3, tier 4 को हम भूल नहीं जा सकते. We cannot just ignore all the tier 3 and tier 4. Otherwise, forever, tier 3 and tier 4 in the rural areas and small towns will never be integrated into the main economy. 2-3 चीज उनके लिए चाहिए, supply chain में integrate होना चाहिए, formal financial ecosystem में integrate होना चाहिए. ये दोनों बहुत important है. So to become part of the supply chain, you need all the factors that I'm talking about.
कुछ साल पहले गवर्नमेंट ने ई-इनवॉइसिंग स्टार्ट की थी, तो आपको क्या लगता है, इससे एमएसएमई सेक्टर को बेनिफिट मिला है?
ई-इनवॉइसिंग आइडिया तो अच्छा है, क्योंकि it will reduce the time delay in payments, है ना, और it will also reduce the amount of paperwork and and posting and all of those delays. Principle बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है. Practice में we just come back to this, no? Most of the micro units and the smaller units are not on the net. So वो तो आजकल तो ई-कॉमर्स नहीं कर रहे हैं, डिजिटल पेमेंट नहीं कर रहे हैं, डिजिटल प्रेजेंस बहुत कम है. So e-invoice also has the same problems. Once you solve the whole problem of the digital infrastructure and the digital capability of micro units, फिर e-invoice भी अच्छी तरह चलेगा.
मेरा लास्ट क्वेश्चन है कि छोटे एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के सामने एक बहुत बड़ा इशू आता है साइबर सिक्योरिटी का. जैसा कि आपने कहा कि अवेयरनेस नहीं है, तो इससे काफी प्रॉब्लम आती है और कई बार वो साइबर फ्रॉड उनके साथ होता है, वो काफी प्रॉब्लम में फंस जाते हैं. इससे बचने के लिए एमएसएमई सेक्टर को क्या करना चाहिए और गवर्नमेंट क्या इनिशिएटिव ले सकती है?
इट्स अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. दो चीज है इसमें. व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट साइबर सिक्योरिटी, just now we said digital infrastructure is very limited, but जो भी those of them who engage in digital payments or digital presence, 20%, 30% जो भी है, they are also getting hit by all these virus. So उसको भी डर लगी, they are also dropping it. So first you're trying to get people onto the digital system. Then those who are in the digital system are having problems, facing so many problems that they're dropping out. ये अच्छी बात नहीं है. So therefore, for cyber security, we think it's very, very important. First, you have to educate. I think government should create a large awareness program among micro units about the importance of virus and virus software, antivirus software, protecting their systems, having backups. All of these things are simple ideas. We conduct a large cybersecurity training program along with our other entrepreneurship training program, so that from the beginning, startups say, shuru se, they have to practice all this. If you try and teach them 10 years later, it's a bit too late. Startups of micro units, very important. But also the other thing is, when you have common public platforms, how secure is data privacy of the government platforms? Let's take something like e-commerce platforms. Government has come up with a very good idea for ONDC and so on and so forth, right? But these things have to be very secure. It must be first easy to get on, and then once you get on, the micro unit as well as the trader and the retailer must feel very secure that no matter what, their money is always safe. There should be a backup of all these databases that is there publicly and so on and so forth. So I think cybersecurity is very critical. Public network should be well protected. Government should give assurance about data privacy of these individual units, and the responsibility also of the micro units is they should be trained and they should be supported. And last, ye bhi mukhya hai that government can give some kind of subsidies and loans for encouraging micro units to adopt digital, and then when they adopt digital technology, to also at the same time use cyber security measures in order to protect themselves.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू. आप बहुत शॉर्ट नोटिस पर हमारे साथ जुड़ी हैं और बहुत ही इंसाइटफुल हम बातचीत रही, और मैं आपका दोबारा से धन्यवाद करता हूं हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए ईटी हिंदी के साथ. और आगे भी हमारी कोशिश रहेगी कि जब भी एमएसएमई सेक्टर पे बात हो, जब भी इस तरह के सोशल इश्यूज पर बात हो, तो हम आपको अपने साथ एसोसिएट कर सकें. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. थैंक यू.
Thank you very much.